It's fall, y'all. Enjoy.
The holiday season is around the corner, and as fun as this time of year can be, if you're trying to lose weight, it can be especially challenging given the parties and celebrating of the season. So it's nice for us to have a chance to have Jack Silberman back on the show. He, of course, has InShape MD and has been on top of the weight loss routine for decades now, not to age you, but this is no new conversation to you.
No,
Good
not
to
at
see
all.
you.
Matter of fact, we've been now in Chattanooga 13 years. We've actually lost over 150,000 pounds here in Chattanooga.
Wow. Okay, so I'm glad you threw out that number. 150,000 pounds lost, but they have not all been lost in the same way.
No, they haven't. And the biggest problem is a lot of that weight that has been lost, a lot of people regain that weight. And so now the world is changing with obesity and the medications that are coming out. So it's really been a blessing, really.
We've had a chance to go over and talk with you there at the office
Yes.
off of Lee Highway before. And one of the things that you make sure you do is people come to you for the weight loss and you do an assessment of them to figure out the right protocol. But at some point in that weight loss journey, you incorporate some exercise into it.
And so today, and again with the new medications, it's almost mandatory that you put your exercise with your nutrition and your medication. But the results that are coming out from the new medications have just been astonishing.
Okay, new medications. Do
Yeah.
some name dropping. What are you talking about?
So, you know, originally with the Ozempic world, where it started with diabetics that were taking Ozempic, they were taking it basically to regulate their blood level sugars, Julie, and then eventually what happened was they realized they were losing a bunch of weight at the same time. So everybody in the world wanted to go on Ozempic, but you couldn't get it unless you were a diabetic. Well, you could pay out of pocket, but it was so expensive you couldn't afford it. So the FDA came in and made another drug called semaglutide, which was the same as Ozempic, but it was for non-diabetics. And it was affordable for everybody. And when people got on that, they lost weight. And not only did they lose weight, exercise was a part of it, and maintenance was a part of it. So not only are we able to get the weight off people, as long as they're on the drug, we can maintain their weight as well.
So maybe I had a misunderstanding. I was thinking that Ozempic was a name brand of semaglutide.
No, Ozempic is actually the drug that actually came out by Eli Lilly, I think it was.
Okay.
And then from there came semaglutide, tirzepatide, Wegovy, and several other brand names.
Okay, so I mean, you know, throw a rock these days and you're going to touch somebody knows somebody who's taking one of these things.
Yes.
So it's almost like the old Xerox machine. We're old enough to remember
right.
the Xerox machine that encompassed all of it
Yes.
in our mind. It was our
Yes.
definition of it. So if someone is taking Mounjaro, somebody else semaglutide, somebody else the
Tirzepatide, semaglutide.
you can't interchange, hey, my best friend's taking this one, so I want it too. You've got to find out the one that's right for you.
Actually, they're all good.
They're all
good, yeah. And some people do switch because some may affect them a little bit better. But the most important thing is the FDA has approved for the first time ever a medication for weight loss only. And it's never been before. So now this is not only sanctioned to be something you can do for the rest of your life, they're controlling this obesity as a disease rather than just something to get your weight off.
Okay, I'm kind of a bottom line person. I like to get down to the root cause of it though. 5 people come to see you at InShape MD. Let's just say all 5 want to lose 50 pounds. That's their common denominator. But they don't all 5 have the same lifestyle.
Right.
So how do you determine what person A, B, C, D, and E need to do to then achieve a healthy lifestyle beyond the weight loss?
Well, we would, first of all, we'd do their labs. And we would view their labs with the doctor and see what first they can get on whichever program that we have. But we'll start them at the lowest dose to find out whether or not this is going to be a drug that'll be complementary to their system. And then from there we titrate up and we start to increase the medication to help the weight loss even more. But everybody starts at a certain point and then we evaluate. But lifestyle does affect it quite a bit. So if you're not exercising, you may not see as much benefit as the person, or if you're not eating at least clean, you're not going to see the same benefit.
Does it kind of happen where once you start taking one of these medications, your hunger diminishes, therefore some of the bad stuff you may have been eating, you're just not?
And that's one of the great things about the semaglutide and tirzepatide. It curbs your appetite. It empties out your stomach slower, Julie, so you feel fuller longer, and it does regulate your blood level sugars. it curbs your appetite so well that they're even giving it now to alcoholics to help them quit drinking.
Is it intended to be a lifelong thing you take?
Well, here's the thing. You can, and that's what the FDA says. You can stay on this forever as a maintenance program. They cut the dosage way back, and so you could be used as a maintenance program. You don't have to. The key, Julie, is once you lower your set point down here, if you don't do anything, your body's going to try to climb back up to the old set point. But if you could keep it here long enough, your body's going to reset itself and you're going to learn to live at this new weight. So you could come off it for sure.
Okay, so you're 180 pounds, you want to be 140. You take it, you drop down to the 140 probably pretty quickly.
Not as quickly like in some things where you're starving yourself,
Right.
but it does come off. You'll lose about 15 to 20% of your body over a period of time.
How long is that period of time?
Everybody's different.
Okay.
Everybody's different.
So maybe if you begin it now, by the holiday season,
Oh, yeah.
Christmas, you're seeing a difference?
Oh, big time.
Okay,
Big time.
so you reach your magic 140 that you wanted. You're saying you would then continue to take it?
Yeah, on a smaller dose and not as often. So
Okay.
we can maintain it. We want to keep it in your system long enough to just, and you'll find at some point you may feel like you don't need it at all, and then you drop off it.
Gotcha. Okay, he will answer all these questions for you. I mean, we're just beginning with the question asking when it comes to Jack
Yeah.
Silverman, but you can find him over at his office, kind of the corner there of Lee Highway and 153.
Yes, ma'am.
In Shape MD. For these 13 years, his specialty has been customizing the treatment for you. So when you walk in the door, you are not just A, B, C, D, E.
Right.
You are you by your name.
Yeah,
Good to
thank
see
you.
you.
Good to see you too, Julie.
I'm Piper Stromat. I'm proud to introduce to you Piper's Picks, a collection of decorative lighting I've curated with Progress Lighting. You'll find the Piper's Picks collection exclusively at Wholesale Supply. View the latest lighting trends in a showroom near you.
As life moves forward, we realize that excitement isn't just for the young, and that it's